Sandy Munro is back, and this is the second part of our conversation about who is the top brand after Tesla and is in the best position to possibly compete with Tesla at some point. If you haven't watched the first part, I put a link to it in the description of this video, but if you already have, well, we're gonna start right now. Welcome to E4 Electric. Don't forget to click on that red subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss future Sandy Munro appearances on this channel moving forward. Alright, before we get to the second part of the interview, a quick reminder that this video is brought to you by Flow. Who said home chargers can be sexy? With its elegant design, the Flow Home X5 features beautiful curves, sturdy 100% aluminum casing, and plenty of cord length. Get yours today using our exclusive $150 discount in the description of this video. And by EnergyPal. If you are shopping for your home's solar system, well, EnergyPal will do all the hard work for you, searching for the best deal in town, and once your installation is complete, you will get a $500 gift card when you use the link in the description of this video. Let's look at a bit of a bigger picture because, we're now beyond just the Mustang Mach-E. I mean, F-150 is coming out next year. That look you love. I mean, I think everybody loves that. What's happening with the Lightning, but what will Ford have to do to? You said there's a big gap still between them and Tesla. What do they have to do to start closing that gap if they really want to, start catching up to Tesla? It has to go beyond the Mustang Mach-E. It has to go beyond F-150. What would be the biggest strategy that they have to employ to get closer to them?
They're going to have to adopt the things that Tesla does remarkably well. Electronics-wise, man alive, I showed this on a little newscast here. Somebody asked about the electronics on ABC News, local news. And I held up a board that's about that size. And I said, this is the seat controller for the Mach-E, the number 2 car out there. Then I picked up another board. It was about that wide. And I said, this board controls the whole driver's side of the vehicle. Everything that's on the driver's side is controlled on this board. And then I had mapped out one little tiny area of that board, and it said, this is the seat controller. And people were astounded. They couldn't believe their eyes. People were phoning up, saying, Sandy must have made a mistake. No, Sandy don't make mistakes. Not on TV. Not on national TV. Maybe on your show, I don't know, but not on national TV. So anyway, I showed that, and that's what that's what Ford's got to do. They've got to go in and, why is it that Tesla doesn't seem to have the same chip shortage? Because Tesla's using newer chips. Everybody else is using those old clunky things. Ford, that instead of having something populated that size, could have something the size of a big postage stamp. Why didn't they do that? That's what they've got to do next. Their software needs a vast improvements. Their ADAS is like way behind the curve, way behind Tesla. And when I looked at everybody else's, or I've driven everybody else's car, same deal. They've got those efficiencies, those engineering efficiencies have got to be addressed by Ford in order to make things go as well as what they need to be. Yeah.
What would you recommend they concentrate on as their third electric model? Mustang Mach-E 1, F-150 Lightning 2. What should be the next big thing, electric thing for Ford?
It's going to have to be an SUV. I'm not sure which one would be the right one. I know most people, they're going to spend their money on something that's like, like a Navigator or something that size. And that might be the right one to do it, but I will tell you that they absolutely have to do something like that in order to compete with what's coming down the pike from General Motors or any of the other companies. But I would not put it into a small SUV. I would concentrate all my efforts on trying to figure out how to make a large SUV as as efficient as possible. And I know that, you know, most SUVs look like two bricks glued together, but this is going to have to look a lot different because you're going to need that aero. Aero now is important, and I don't need a great big gigantic hood ornament. I don't need that. And quite frankly, if Ford wants to eclipse Tesla, they're going to have to go to NHTSA, the guys who regulate all these things, and say, hey, you know what? It's time to wake up. Get rid of those damn wing mirrors. Those things, that has more wind resistance than the rest of the car. Those things have got to go. They make a lot of noise. They're ugly, and they don't work. I mean, what I want is I want a bar that's going to be the top of my the top of my instrument panel. And I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to see what's in back of me. I'm going to see what's to the right, what's to the left. I will not have to adjust the rear view mirror anymore. Everything's right there. And you'd be surprised, you'd be horrified to find out how many accidents or distracted driver accidents come as a result of the rear view mirror. That's kind of what it is. I'm telling you, that should be gone. I want to see what's in back of me and beside me. I don't need that stupid mirrors. These things are, I mean, we're not in old World War I submarines. We're not, we don't have to fool around. And by the way, wing mirrors, and how many times have you seen somebody lose one of their mirrors, right? Bang, it falls off. Do they fix it? No, it just hangs on the side of the door. If the argument comes back, and I'm sure that there's going to be a hater out there that says, you can't do that. What if the camera goes bad? What if your wing mirror breaks off? Ah, you just have to have it fixed. Guess what? That's the same answer for you're getting me all upset now. I can't believe it.
I know, but you're getting excited like that. And I don't know what you're talking about as far as any haters watching these videos of us. I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened.
Well, they call me direct. I saw you on Alex. You bastard. You can't possibly talk like that.
Well, listen, because I just came from the Mustang Mach-E GT media drive, and I wish you were there with us because you would have had a great time. We got to get you into that car. Ford's got to get you in that car because you're going to have a time of your life.
Which car is that?
The GT version of the Mustang Mach-E.
Oh, really?
It's got a whole different suspension. It's like everybody said the suspension is much better. I mean, the power is insane, 0 to 63.5 with the performance version. So once you get a hold of that car, you're going to have such an awesome time. I can't wait to see that. I'm telling you what, I'm sure that Ford still has my records from when I worked there. And somebody's going to open that. I had 2 portfolios, which was a big deal in the olden days. And I'm pretty sure they're going to look in there and they're going to say, what did Sandy do when he was on the track? Did he wreck any cars? And, or worse yet, my driving record, I was down to 1 point there for a while. So I'm sure that they're going to hold off giving me the opportunity to drive anything wicked fast for a long time. Especially after there's a video coming out with Sandy driving the new Jeep 4xe E4 or 4E, whatever. 4xe. So anyway, when that comes out, I'm sure that the guys from Jeep are going to come over and say, "Hey, I think you might have wrecked our car." But driving is one of those things that I think there are a lot of suggestions, like stop signs and stuff like that. That you should probably adhere to, but occasionally I've forgotten about. So hopefully Ford hasn't looked at your video or my old portfolio, and we'll see what happens. We got to get you in there, man. We got to sneak you into that car. You're not helping your case right now, but we can cut this out to help you out. Nah, don't cut it out. If you cut it out, then people are going to say, why did you bring that boring old man on anyway? Which is what I've heard in the past. Well, listen, I love having this boring old man on my show, so I am good. And I think hundreds of thousands of people who watched our videos over the last couple of years are happy. So I think we're good. But listen, it's so great to talk to you about, especially about things we don't agree about. And that's why I love having you on. Thank you. And, you know, one of these days, we got to do one of these test drives together. And I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was very, very happy with my Jeep experience. And now that I've been told that my what do you call it? My Cybertruck is going to be 2 years in the waiting, and my existing my existing Jeep, you know, gas guzzling, old-fashioned, whatever, from 2013 or 2012. It's time for me to trade up, and my wife is saying, I don't want to go through another winter wondering whether or not this thing's going to charge or start or whatever. I'm hate to say this, but I am going to be buying that Jeep E. That Rubicon that they gave me to fool around with, I like it a lot, and it gives me enough power to get back and forth to work from home. I won't be using the gas at all because I live relatively close. So you got the scoop, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna buy one of those Jeeps. I loved it. It was really a lot of fun. If that thing was 100% electric, that would be a competitor to the folks over at Tesla. Yeah.
Listen, I hope Jeep is listening, and we'll continue. I'm sure we'll continue this conversation many times over, and I'm looking forward to that. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you on this channel next time.
Thank you so much for inviting me again, Alex. Thank you.
All right, another great conversation is in the books, but don't worry, Sandy will be back next week for another one. So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe to his channel. I put a link to it in the description of this video. All right, looking forward to all of your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.